This is the finish line of career of Andrea Dovizioso in MotoGP. Starting from next season, he will no longer be racing in MotoGP. But what really happened between him and Ducati Corse, why he decided to leave Ducati, and why would RNF wanted to have him so badly in the team? Today I will tell you more about Dovizioso on Go Grande. Hi everyone, this is Go Grande. My name is Grande Rustem. I've been working with MotoGP manufacturers, team sponsors, riders, and some great people in the paddock who make this dream sport come true. Andrea Dovizioso has decided to quit MotoGP because he doesn't feel competitive anymore. At least this is an official statement he gave so far in Italy.
You know what? I've been here too long. I'm sick of making this stupid cartoon and we're never gonna finish it anyways. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Fine, we'll do it without you.
Here's some interesting facts about Andrea Dovizioso. He's currently the oldest rider on the grid. He's 36 years old. He's been in MotoGP world. His career lasted for 21 years. This is goddamn impressive. He was there in the X era of MotoGP. He's in fact a champion in 125cc. He's a world champion. He got his title in 2004. Today, Andrea Dovizioso is the only classy non-elbow rider.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Honda Repsol team got him on board with these impressive results in year 2008 with Scott Racing team, where he arrived 5th in positions. He stayed in Honda Repsol for another 3 years, 2009, 2010 and 2011. These are wonderful years because fortunately, first year in Honda Repsol factory team, he didn't perform so well. He arrived 6th. Second year, he didn't perform not so well either. But in 2011, he actually managed to arrive 3rd in championship standings by the end of the championship. By the way, did you guys know that in 2011, it was allowed to have 3 riders on the factory team? In fact, that's what happened. This was my dream team. Danny Pedrosa, Andrea Dovizioso and Casey Stoner were all 3 members of the factory Honda Repsol team.
Now we're talking.
In 2012, Dovi had to move from Honda Repsol team to the monster Yamaha Tech 3. It was a satellite team by Yamaha, and the idea was simple. He had to prove himself in this team in order to move up to the factory team in the season 2013, and he did quite well in my opinion. He was arriving 4th, 5th, 6th every single race, very competitive. He didn't fight for podiums all the time, but he was always there. And back to those times when there was no united ECU for all manufacturers by Manetti Marelli, he was there. He was actually performing quite well and impressive and back in those times.
He is the one.
An interesting fact about Andrea Dovizioso during his Yamaha Monster Tech 3 years is that he wanted to have the same brakes as the factory team in Yamaha, but his budgets were very low in his team, so he had to pay from his own pocket money for better braking system. How do you like that? And the young riders now complaining that they have not competitive bikes. He was so close to sign this deal with factory team, but 2 failure seasons of Valentino Rossi in Ducati factory team have led him to the only reasonable solution to quit Ducati and come back to his family in Yamaha, and that's what happened.
The reality is that I was never fast with that bike from the first test to now, and unfortunately, together with Ducati, we were not able to improve the bike and fix the problem that the bike have.
In 2013, they swapped their positions, and Andrea Dovizioso has ended up in Ducati Corse. To him, it was at first unfortunate because he wanted to be on competitive bike, but he has stayed there for 7 impressive years until 2020. Nobody else stayed in Ducati that long. This is very impressive.
Impressive. Very nice.
And Dovi was obviously a part of the big revolution that him and Gigi Dall'Igna's team has performed throughout these years. Andrea Dovizioso had a lot of drama and problems even during his golden era in Ducati. In 2016, his teammate Andrea Iannone was so tough as competitor, both mentally and physically. He was a very, very strong rider, And you guys all remember this notorious episode when Andrea Iannone had decided to knock Andrea Dovizioso out during the last lap, and that was so stupid. There was a time where many people in Fantastic Four were ready to get rid of one guy to take Jorge Lorenzo on board, and many people were supporting Andrea Iannone because they all believed that he was stronger than Andrea Dovizioso. But luckily, majority of the Fantastic Four and sponsors insisted to have Andrea Dovizioso on board with Jorge Lorenzo. It was absolutely right decision to do. So the question to be asked here, why? Why would he leave Ducati when things were going okay? He was competitive. Unfortunately, I call this a syndrome of greediness by Jorge Lorenzo.
Sai chi sono io? Del MotoGP, Jorge Lorenzo, 5 volte campione del mondo.
No, non guardo.
25 million euros to ride for 2 seasons in Ducati Corse factory team.
Hello, I like money.
Dovi was more competitive than Jorge Lorenzo, but Lorenzo came there as a champion, and don't forget that sponsors need this kind of stuff. Gigi Dall'Igna had a lot of problems with Andrea Dovizioso during the season 2017. In the middle of the season, they had a lot of arguments in the closed door of Ducati factory. One of the main reasons is, of course, Dovi never believed that this bike could be competitive. In the mid corners, he always complained how slow it is in the corners, but Gigi was arguing that it's due to your style. You were the one who have to adopt for it. We're working very hard on it.
This is all your fault.
Gigi really knows what he's doing. Really, a lot of respect for his guy because he took a hard decision. And look at Francesco Bagnaia. He proved that you could be very competitive and very fast in the mid corner with this bike, and he was one of the first ones who do it. And of course, Gigi took the right gambling. As a result, it was the right decision to make. But Dovi was so confident, his manager was so confident that there would be nobody else to ride this bike so well as Dovi. But Bagnaia, Martin, and Bastianini prove us, and Bezzecchi, they all prove us a different story this year. So time changes and nothing lasts forever. Unfortunately for Dovi, this was the decision that closed his door with Ducati, and this was a bad decision in my opinion for Dovi, because he could have stayed with Ducati for at least another couple of years and finish his career there and stay as a loyal member of Ducati family, be very close to these guys, but he destroyed his relationship with them at all. So, but he was offered these nice opportunities with Aprilia factory team to be either their test rider and remain as their rider in their official team, but Maverick came up, and of course it was too late for him to make any decision to swap the teams, and he moved to RNF Yamaha due to one reason, due to his old dream that he could be very competitive on Yamaha, like he always wanted to be back in year 2012 when Yamaha was a totally different bike, when it worked so well for everyone back then. But story and results today show us different things, and unfortunately he's not competitive there like anyone else except for Fabio Quartararo. Is this the coincidence? I honestly don't think so, but we are not discussing this today.
Not today.
So I believe he made a huge mistake by not accepting this offer from Aprilia factory team, by not becoming their factory team rider, or even not becoming their test rider, the official version they gave to you guys.
What are you hiding, Peter?
Incident 2021, during his sabbatical, when Maverick signed the deal, he had no other choices because he wasn't ready for Aprilia, he didn't believe it was competitive, and his dream was Yamaha was always there in his head, and he took his opportunity. He signed with Petronas team, and he was a partner in the teammate with Valentino Rossi during his last year in MotoGP, and I think didn't go out well for him. But this year there was a new sponsor, RNF, with you. They already knew this last year. They were already on board, signing this agreement with RNF, and of course this is why he ended up there. RNF didn't want him, but Wizio is a primary sponsor that wanted Dovi. They insisted to have an Italian rider because it's an Italian company. This is why he ended up in MotoGP once again, and Dorna has approved it because it's a still competitive rider. It was curious for everyone, how would he perform a Yamaha bike again for another season. Whether we like it or not, this is an end of his career, and he was there. I have to say that he stayed in RNF because he wanted to fulfill his dream to be competitive, and he wanted to be a MotoGP title champion. Unfortunately, everything has a beginning and everything has an end, and things are finished for him in MotoGP, but new doors would definitely be open. I know already that he's gonna be competing in some motocross activities, championships in Italy next year, but this might change, of course, if he finds something better or interesting to do, and if he wants to. I think he has enough money to have a very nice, relaxed life for the rest of his life so far, but we're gonna be waiting for new news.
Well, my dream now, I have more than one, not just one. But one of them is to race with motocross and enjoy the year with the friends and race almost every weekend with a van and make a relaxed life. But this is just one of them.
So write down in the comment section, what do you think about Andrea Dovizioso decision about remaining in the MotoGP with the Yamaha? Was this a fatigue error, or he did the right thing to do in your opinion, to reach out for his dream, to give his absolutely best? And please write down in the comment section as well your favorite moment with Andrea Dovizioso. I personally love his fights with Marc Marquez. It was so incredible. I wish I could have my pulsometer on me when I was watching this amazing last corner overtakes, this incredible battles. And remember, to me, isn't just a sport, it's an art. Go Grande.